To create something is to design, and humans have spent the entirety of humankind's history creating things. It's what separates us from animals. Humans will make a tool for a specific purpose, and they will repeat it and they will improve it, and that is design. So design itself isn't a new concept, but to think of design in this new way, it's so interdisciplinary, and you're including the cultures of science, and you're including the cultures of humanity, and you're including sociological thought into your design processes and into the ways that you're committing design is a relatively new thing. And getting into that field now is extremely important to me because I feel like it's what shapes the future of what design can be for the people that are more interested in that physical design.
He thinks sustainability is outdated
course because it doesn't lay the groundwork for what sustainability could or should be. A modern concept of sustainability looks at post-human ecologies, non-human ecologies. It's looking at what's beyond the end of life. What happens well and truly past that? What kind of materials are you using? Where do the materials get sourced from? What's every single aspect of the design that you're doing? The manufacturing process, the creation, even the designing process. What are the impacts of all of those processes on ecologies outside of their direct contact?
Speculative design, interlinked with post-human design, especially in education, is massively important at the moment because there's such a big gap between what people view design as, user-centered design and product design, that are purely tangible, and it's such a massive dismissal of everything else in the design sphere. On top of that, it's such a dismissal of how influential the design sphere is to other culture, this concept of design being a third culture outside of humanities and sciences. Design has to stand alone from those, and you have to be able to not only look at the past and the present, but predict the future and then design for the future. If you're designing for the current, you're feeding into all of the current problems. If design does that, it completely falls by the wayside. You have to design for the future. You need to bring in all these sociological aspects and interdisciplinary subjects when you practice design. Going into that field, for me, is extremely important.
UCD, user-centered design, has been like in the paradigm of design since the late 80s, and it came across from computer science originally. User-centered design as a concept is outdated. To create something for humans is to enforce human exceptionality, and to enforce human exceptionality completely misses the point of what a futurist designer can be. A designer that designs not for now, not for the user, but for everything that the design and the manufacturing and the process and the product, all of the stakeholders therein, and all of the impacts that has. You need to move well beyond user-centered design before you can start looking at those things. And I understand it's there because it's a baseline, it has been for decades, but introducing these, they're not that advanced